Well, we are officially live. This is a new show that we are going to test out here and see how the hell it goes, right? So this is the first episode of the Writer's Room. I'm going to be your host with Brandon Chen. And let me bring Brandon in here. How you doing, Brandon?
Doing great.
Pretty excited. So we are creating our second issue of our series, Oblivion Trials. And I think we're kind of interesting. We're kind of kicking this back and forth, but pretty interesting to let people in on the book we're creating. The process of writing. A lot of people, have questions on how to do it. So why not just sit in on a writing session and see what they think?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
So a little background. I'm the author of the Skyland series, which is out in stores now. Brandon has a manga that is coming out here soon. And what else have you? And you're also the author of God of War, right?
Yeah, so I've written Age of Darkness, written the Age of Darkness series, God of War Ares, and Ghost Wolf. Those are novels. Worked on Xander for You Guys. I also have this manga out, which is called Somnia. And then a couple of other ones that are coming out at the end of the month, which is pretty exciting. A lot of projects. And
Cool.
now Oblivion.
All right, so let's do this. So I'm going to bring up our script here. So you went through and essentially finished the whole thing, right? So I'm kind of just going to go through and edit right now.
Yeah. It's like a draft. So like just kind of like I kind of followed the general kind of script outline that we created together. But yeah, I wanted to see kind of what you thought about the overall approach.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we can make any tweaks, but yeah, it's kind of it's not set in stone. Obviously, it's just kind of like a first stab.
All right, let's take a look and see. So we left off when we were done writing. We finished on page 8, I think it was.
Yeah, and then I just like grinded it out until
yeah.
I don't know if I finished it. I think there's like 1 or 2 pages left, but maybe it's done. It might.
See, 7. And then 8. So close-up view of Ent's face looks menacing and terrifying. Some of its features are covered by lingering fog. Front view of Kiko and Emily both staring in the distance with terror. They are to turn away and run. Okay, so close view of Ent's face. It looks menacing and terrifying. So let's describe this a little bit more. So we have a close-up view. Ent's face looks different. Is this going to be coming from a downward angle or straight on?
I was thinking straight on, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, when you suggested down looking up might be a better approach because it's coming from them almost.
Okay. Yeah. Here, make that edit really quick. I'm going to grab my dog who's destroying something. 1 sec.
Sure. All right, page 8. So view and space. I'm gonna sing
All right. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so close-up view of the Ent's face from a low angle pointed up. The creature's looking menacing and terrifying, covered in a lingering fog. So from the previous page, let me see where we left off here. View from Kiko's back, showing him staring at his shoulder, and just believe who his mother was behind him. Emily's pointing behind her nervously. She was just there a second ago. Ooh, I like that. You can also share your screen if you ever need to. Close with Kiko, Emily's hands clasping against your pulser. So for page 7, where it says front view of Kiko, he's glancing over his shoulder at the path behind him where his mother was. His mother's not there anymore. This thing is chasing me. It then beat What? So is that coming from Emily? This thing that is chasing me? Because was Kiko being chased?
So Kiko was getting chased by the mom in the previous page, right? It was like the illusion of the mom had shown up, right? So they're both getting chased and they ran into each other. So it was Emily getting chased by the treants, and then Kiko was getting chased by his mother, and but it was like an illusion. So it was like Kiko was running, and then they bump into each other, and he's like, "Hey, someone's chasing me," and he looks back, and she's not there anymore, right?
Okay. So, but he's referring to his mother as this thing.
Yeah.
So should we say,
My mom is chasing me?
well, I mean, we could maybe change it to something a little bit more alluding, like, I'm being chased versus this thing, because I feel like he wouldn't refer to his mom as this thing after seeing her.
Right.
Maybe we edit that, like,
I'm being chased. I'm cool with that. Like, just like I'm being chased. I'm being chased by, maybe, and then cut him off, and then he goes and he's like, she's not there anymore.
and then, well, the what, I guess I'm a little confused about. So his it's not there anymore. So what?
For me, it was like she's reacting to the fact that she's not there in that panel, because he's already performing in this panel. He's performing the action of turning, right?
Okay.
So it's like, I'm being chased, glance over shoulder, boom, she's gone, and he's reacting. And then the next panel is like, she was just there.
All right. View from Kiko's back showing him staring over his shoulder and just believe it where his mother was. Behind him, Emily is pointing behind her nervously. So in front of Kiko. It would be in front of Kiko, right? So if we're looking from behind his back, him looking over his shoulder. So it'd be a view from behind Kiko as he looks over his back, right?
Yeah, it's like from where his mom is, it looks like his mom was. It's like where he's looking, previous looking.
Believe. And where is Emily pointing?
Behind her, because she was also getting chased, right? And she's behind him, not behind, but like relative to the scene, she's in front of him, so further back.
But she's pointing
behind her.
So she's like her thumb over her shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's cool. And then panel 3, view from behind Emily and Kiko, showing them both looking into the distance of the woods. So we should do like a side view where Emily and Kiko are facing each other. Is that what you're saying? You know, like what I'm thinking is you have Emily here, Kiko here, but they're like their sides, not front, but their sides. Yeah. And then the woods are over here.
Yep.
Okay, so view from. So we'll do a side view here before I do anything. View.
This is nice. I can like look at what your screen and stuff. It's so easy.
Yeah, I figured this would be a good idea, and we can start kind of like broadcasting it out and stuff down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of like, as a pilot episode, if you will, we can kind of make this a thing, the writer's room where we get on and when we're writing, so people can see the story we're writing, and then they can see the final printed form when it's published and released into stores. I don't mind giving away spoilers if people want to watch and get behind it. They might be a little bit more intrigued into the show, or into the book itself. I think it'd be kind of a cool concept, and then we can start broadcasting it out to different places. I mean, we're sitting here writing for hours on end, anyways. Might as well.
Yeah, no, I've been actually like live streaming on social media, just like not necessarily like me, like the actual work, but it'll be like me working because I'm just like, I don't know, why not? Like,
right. I think it'd be a fun thing to do. So, and then we have Mainframe Comic-Con, so it's all about artists, creators, and they just had their last convention, so it went really well. All right. Let's see here.
And you accidentally just close the screen. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So side view, medium panels. Kiko and Emily are looking. Each other. Heads. So when you say there is a silhouette of the monster tree ant in a fog that is lingering, let's touch up on that really quick.
What I was picturing was you don't actually see the actual tree ant, like the details of it. You're just kind of seeing like this shadow in the mist kind of deal. And then the next page is when you kind of get that nice close up and it's like, that's a monster. Like you don't really know what it is, just like a tall creature in the distance that's kind of like creepy. Remember that I think I showed you that concept? It was like concept art. Not concept art, but it was like some kind of inspirational piece that we used for the original concept art that we eventually had of the ant. That was kind of what I was picturing because I liked the very ominous ambience that was around that image, which was like kind of foggy and like this weird forest thing that's like you don't really know what it is. You can't even see what it is, like the details of it at first, so it's just kind of creepy. And then you kind of build that creepy factor, and then it's like next page is like, oh, you get a little bit more detail, and it's like, oh, that's a monster.
Okay.
But if you're thinking like, you want to show the details of the monster.
Well, I'm thinking, let's see, where does this lead into? So you have panel 2. So there's only 3 panels on this page, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the panel 3 would be a relatively large one. Because it's like kind of like a reveal.
Of Kiko and Emily's bodies facing each other, but their heads are turned looking at the woods that are in the background. Is there a path, I guess, that this ent is on? Like, is the ent coming down the path?
No, the path was coming down. Well, I mean, it could be, but the path that
I guess where is the ent is what I'm trying to figure out right now. So we have a side view. Oh, it's like my dog is now crying. One moment.
No problem.
having a puppy, you know.
Like a baby.
No, he's a baby. Just so everybody can see my puppy. This is my dog. He's a little miniature Australian Shepherd.
Oh,
Named Sparrow. He was born in November of last year, and he is the biggest handful on the face of the earth. I swear. He has nothing but energy and drives me nuts day in and day out. Right, Sparrow. Say hello. Okay, now you can get down. Go eat. Cause trouble elsewhere. Thank you. Okay. So back to what we were doing here. So I guess my question is so I'm just trying to understand if I'm the artist, right? And I'm like, okay, I have a side view, large panel of Kiko and Emily's bodies facing each other, but their heads are turned, looking at the woods that is in the background. The silhouette of the ent is fine, but if it's woods, where do you see the ent in the woods? Is that what you're saying?
so they're already in the forest, right? So they're already in the forest. Kiko straight off the path in the previous couple pages. So a couple pages back, he was on the path, then he strayed off from, after he got caught in that illusion of his mom, ran away. Now they're in the woods, kind of no path, right? They're in the middle of the woods, in this like kind of creepy, ominous forest that's like cursed or whatever. And so the way I was picturing it is, you have really tall trees. You have the creature in the woods, so they're already in the forest, right? So they're surrounded by trees already and like foliage or whatever. And in the distance, you can kind of see this like woodland kind of creature that's just like hiding in this fog that's running through the forest already. That's kind of how I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, so they're in a clearing. Okay, I got it. From view, he was glancing over his shoulder at the pappy underwear and with the mother's.
And I'd have it like far off in the distance, because I imagine like one of its steps would be like equivalent to many of their steps because of how big it is, right?
So does that work, you think?
Yep, that's fine.
So let's go to page 8. Okay. Wish I could play music. That'd be great.
I'm sure there's some kind of way, but first time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to play music, but otherwise, right now for episode 1, there's just gonna be a lot of dead silence, folks. And we're gonna try to get through 12 pages, and then the artist can do 12 pages, right? Do you think you can start on that?
Yeah, I can hand it off to him as soon as you're good with it. Yeah.
Okay. So close-up view of, and just so everybody knows, we are diving into the second issue of this book right now. And we already have the first issue done. It just needs to be colored, essentially, and lettered. And then this issue will be going into the penciling stage next. After pencils, inks, then colors, then lettering, and then finished book. And this is going to be 4 issues, I believe, correct?
Yeah, 4.
If I recall, yeah. Most likely, I hope, right? The hope is that it'll be published probably by a great horror, sci-fi horror publisher. We're thinking SourcePoint Press, which we're excited for. It's a great horror publisher based out of Michigan. They do like 100 conventions in a year. That's what I published my Skyland series through. That did pretty well. And issue 4 is coming out for that. So hoping that this joins that publisher. All right, now on to page 8. Close view of the ant face from a lower angle pointed. The creature looks menacing and terrifying. Some of its features are covered by fog. For a few of, should we give it like red eyes or something?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we already have concept art, right? So I mean, we can. I forgot what it looks like, so let me.
The cool thing about this is, I think I have the concept folder here.
Our concepts?
Yeah. Demon, is it under our concepts?
Yeah.
Finished. Here they are. This is cool. So these are the concept art we have. So this is the menacing demon ent that we had done.
So it was kind of hollowed before. Do you want it red eyes, or do you want to keep it hollowed?
I mean, I think it's going to come down to how the artist wants to do it, but
yeah.
I mean, I think it could add a spookiness to it.
I actually like the hollowed bit with the fog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
black sullen eyes and the fog is kind of spooky.
Sure. So keep it as is then. These are some of our characters. We have Emily. So when you guys are kind of going through watching this is Emily, Demon, Gate, taking a second here. Henry, our main character, Kiko. Some beautiful, just basic landscape art, if you will. And then our train. And then this one as well. That was so cool in the first issue, by the way. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped for finishing this, but also just the release when we get to see all that colored and stuff.
I think it's gonna be a pretty good one. But yeah, this is kind of, the color scheme we're going for, like that vibrant fantasy. This is Quran, which you see in the book. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked in regards to seeing this. And if you guys just joined the stream, feel free to comment. I know we have a couple people watching right now, which is pretty cool. Feel free to make any comments. We're happy to answer any questions you may have as we are going through this process of creating our comic book. And again, Brandon is a published author. I'm a published author. And my dog is also starving right now. So one second, I go give him some more food. I'm telling you, man, puppy's like having a kid. If you want to make some edits really quick, Brandon, on this page, and then we will continue.
Yeah.
So where are we at so far on page 8? So close-up view of the ant's face from a lower angle pointed up. The creature looks menacing and terrifying. Some of its features are covered by a lingering fog. Front view from above angle down.
I'm actually not sure about this above angle down. I mean, I just added it, but now that I'm thinking about because at the same time, it's like the monster's not looming over them. It's really far off. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe that's not even the move.
I feel like,
but it also, if you do above looking down and turning them and having them turn away, I think it still works.
What if we just do a close up of their faces? Because it's more like I think you get more of a moment of, like when you zoom in on a face, you're getting more of the emotion, right? So if we actually just highlight that, I think that might work better. Like where it's just like, oh God, let's get the hell out of here, and it's just like a close up of both their faces in shock.
Yeah. I dig it.
So freezing here. I'm freezing up.
Where does this get broadcasted?
It's on Mainframe Comic-Con's YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
I could also do Twitch and whatever. I mean, this was just like a last second test it out kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. You frozen?
Yeah, I'm for sure frozen.
Okay.
So perfect. Good start. Not sure why this is happening. Okay. You can open up another browser. I'm going to cut to just us. So I think what would be cool, let me see if I can just...
I can make the edit right now, actually. Oh.
Actually, might be up and running. Perfect, we're up and running. Cool, all right. So... Close up of Kiko and Emily both staring. So close up of Kiko and Emily's expression. Oh, Josh. Josh is. How long have you been cheating? Cowabunga fam. Hello, Ruben. So yeah, we have a couple people watching. Josh is watching. Hey, Josh. So Josh is the author of Skyland. So I wrote Skyland with him. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to the first episode of the Writer's Room. So any book that I'm writing, I'm going to hop on and, as long as the other person agrees, we're going to hop on and we're going to show our writing sessions online and just kind of go through and so people can see the books that we're working on. Again, Brandon has a couple books that are published. I have a couple books that are published. Josh and I have a book that's out in stores right now. You can go to any comic book store in the country and grab it. Skyland, it's a 4-issue miniseries. The 4th issue is dropping this month, and then the trade drops September, I think, 20th. I'll let Josh comment on that. But Josh, I've been writing with Brandon, as you know, for a while. And then welcome to the stream, Ruben. All right, so let's see here. So we are panel 2, close up with Kiko and Emily, both staring at the ant in the distance with terror. They are ready to turn away and run. Their expressions are of that. Okay. Carrying on. Now we're going to go to panel 3. So view from behind the ant's large foot as it is stomping into the earth. It is stepping next to a corpse, which is one of Henry's henchmen that was killed in the forest. Okay. Is this going to be a wide view, large view? What kind of view?
I was thinking it could be wide. I was just kind of like playing around with the idea, the concept first. So I'm thinking like cameras on the ground, kind of foot stomping. You get like a close up, or not, maybe not even close up, just like a glimpse of a corpse, and then in the distance background, you've got the kids running away. That's kind of how I'm picturing it. Could be a wider panel, but also could be like a.
So let's do a. So I mean, there's how many panels on this page? We have 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we do, so we view from behind the end/foot is stomping into the earth. It is stepping next to a corpse, which is one of Henry's henchmen that was killed in the forest. She's adorned with armor of leather and skeletons. I'm a little confused. So view from behind the end/foot.
Maybe the better way.
Oh, okay, so the corpse is adorned with armor and leather.
Yeah. So yeah, because if you look at
clear that up then. So view from behind the end/foot as is stomping into the earth. Next to the foot is a dead corpse that is adorned with armor and leather.
Yeah, sorry, I had she to just identify that it was a girl, but
I mean, if it's a skeleton, you can't really.
It's supposed to be a skeleton. It's supposed to be a corpse, right? Because the Henry's like people, right? Whatever, they have like skeleton clothing, kind of, right? So that was kind of what I was.
Is it decayed though? Like, let's describe this in a little bit of detail. Like, is it?
Oh, like this corpse? I would have it fresh, like it was just killed by this thing.
Like Walking Dead corpse, or how are we?
I'm thinking like fresh, like this.
Like, so if we're looking at Henry, right? So this is the concept art we have for Henry, right? They use a lot of bones and skeletons and things of that nature. So like that. So let's describe that type of armor.
The armor, okay.
Yeah. So I'll leave that to you really quick to describe.
Leather and skeletons.
I mean, the artist knows the aesthetic that we're going for, obviously. But when you're doing a comic panel script, you essentially want it to be as detailed as you can have it. But at the end of the day, the artist is going to make that decision. And then when they give you the pencils, that's when you can kind of say, yeah, no, that's fine. Or, hey, let's adjust this. But yeah, I do think that they did such a great job on the concepts for this. Kyle Petchak, who did the art for Skyland, did the concepts for this book. And I think it came out pretty good. Hey, Josh, if you're listening, when I come over here tonight, can I bring Sparrow? Comment Y for yes, N for no. And let's see here. And then have we talked about their tattoos yet? So we know how we have so for instance, Kiko, his tattoo. Have we discussed that yet at all?
The tattoo because I remember we came up with this concept of being able to summon weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure how we wanted to do it because I remember we had the tattoos like engraved. Is it in their cuffs or how did we? It's
tattooed on the wrist.
Okay.
But we also have the cuffs as well.
So I had it, and it happens at the end of the chapter where they like bang their cuffs together. I didn't really know, like I wanted to.
That's how they get the weapon, right? So
they got their weapon and they kill like the old lady, right? So
which sounds terrible for those people that are watching, like I kill an old lady.
Yeah.
She's like a zombie vampire,
like crazy lady, but
crazy thing. So it's not like we're just killing off grandmas here, okay?
But
we're not Governor Cuomo. Fucking dick. Sorry. My family's all from New York, so I'm allowed to say that. Okay. So where are we at on the panel script then? So panel 3, view from behind the ant's large foot as it's stomping into the earth. It is stepping next to a corpse, which is one of Henry's henchmen that was killed in the forest. The corpse is adorned with armor of mostly decayed bone and with bits of silk. See Henry's character design for reference on the tribe's fashion. The corpse's eyes are widened and there is a sliver of blood running down her lip.
Maybe.
Okay, so
She was killed recently, maybe.
Okay.
Sad.
Got it.
That's how recently she was killed. Like,
yeah. Okay, Kiko, God, sound effects, doom. So is Kiko
off in the distance, running away.
So if he's off panel, so off screen.
Well, I still had him on screen. He's just in the background.
So you need to say that then in the panel
wait,
description.
Shit, not here. Oh my god. Kiko and Emily are running off.
Thanks, Josh. I might bring him. Depends on when Katz gets back from her walk. It's kind of cool. So whatever streaming service you're using on this service that we're using, you can see the comments. So if somebody's commenting on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatever we're streaming on, you can stream to multiple sources. So we might do that too. Brandon will talk about that later.
Well, the same
off screen, but we might be able to stream to multiple sources, which is kind of cool.
That's crazy.
So we'll figure that out.
I didn't even know that was a thing. You could stream to multiple places at the same time.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. All right. And then...
Oh, Anderson's in the script right now. That's funny.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
You should message him. Okay. If he's here, we can leave him a message. Let's see here. Is there a way to just message?
Message him like on this. Definitely there's a way, but I'm a boomer, so I don't. Hey, Anderson, are you
I just left a message here to see if he's on. That'd be kind of interesting if he's if he's in over.
He's on page 1. Oh, he just left. All right. See you later.
Fair enough. Well, that was our artist. Good conversation. You know, our artists tend to just communicate visually, not so much, you know. All right, so on to panel 4. Medium shot, side view of Kiko and Emily as they are dashing through the forest. They look horrified. Should we have it where one of them is looking over their shoulder? Like,
maybe Kiko is, because he's doubting what he's seeing.
Carrying on. Is that good then for panel 4?
What the hell is that thing? Why are you asking questions? Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay. All right. So it's 6:06 p.m. Eastern, or excuse me, Pacific time right now, Brandon. I'm thinking here is where we'll end. And we could pick up. I mean, that took us 40 minutes. That's also cool that we can now time our writing sessions and go back and things of that nature. But I'll say let's end here. Let's let Anderson know that he can, page 1 through 8 is 100% finalized, and he can start doing the pencils of those. And then by the time those pencils are in, we'll have the next 8 or 16 pages finalized for him.
All right. I'm writing this. Okay.
So yeah, just let him know that. And cool. So yeah, this is gonna be an evolving thing. I mean, this was a very impromptu, hey, do you want to record our writing session? So I kind of like this. Do you?
Yeah, about it. I don't mind it at all. Don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool way to get people kind of interested in the series, let alone learn how to write a comic book, and then the steps of getting it published. And we can, as people are kind of going through this process with us, they might be interested in creating their own book, and we can definitely help them along the way as well. And maybe we can do like a intro video pre-record or something for the stuff we've already done.
Mm-hmm.
But cool. Anything you want to say before we sign off here?
Catch us on the next one.
Yeah, we'll figure out a date and time. I think Thursdays would probably be the date to do it. Because I'm 100% available on Thursdays if you want to do that, like after
Yeah, like further ahead of time so I can post it on social media or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, this was more so just a quick,
nice little test.
Test it out, see how it is. But I kind of like the idea, so let's stick with it and see. Let's at least finish the second book. I mean, people are kind of jumping into. We've done the panel script for the full second issue at this point. We're just going through revising it and making sure it's 100% ready to go before we hand it off to the artist to start doing the art. Mm-hmm. So we're just tweaking it a little bit, making some last minute adjustments, and then we'll move on to book 3. And then book 3, people can watch us right from the beginning. Start the whole process. But hopefully this helps. All right, man. So see you all next Thursday, if not sooner. We'll definitely be doing these lives, and tune in next time.
See you guys.